that little dude hanging right there, not the big one, that's the transmission. That little dude right there is the AC resistor. I'm going to unplug and replug that, which is what I did earlier, and then it kicked on. Let's see, that might still be the culprit here on the overall shutting off. We're going to see how this goes. I don't know, maybe I'm fixing to start doing the Prius episodes. Boy, wouldn't that be funny? Hey y'all, so the AC was getting a little bit hot in the Toyota Prius. We have a 2005 Toyota Prius that I also take care of, not just the 91 Bronco. I went to pull the air filter, the cabin air filter out, completely clogged up. But I went ahead and checked the resistor underneath the blower motor because I smelled something. Well, I took it all apart, looked inside. It wasn't bad. Didn't really smell like it was burnt up. And I thought, well, maybe it was just getting hot and it was shutting itself off. Turns out when I moved the filter out, plug everything back up, cold air started blowing again. Well, guess what? They don't have the filter that fits in this carriage, but they did have on clearance the same material for a different vehicle that's too big. I'm going to cut it down to size. The other intake side, there was no filter there. I'm going to take some good old air conditioner foam that will filter the air going into the box. I'm gonna cut that to size and then put that in there so it's filtered before it goes in and clogs up the main filter, kind of a double filter. We're gonna see how this goes. So you can see in there where this carriage that holds the filter goes in. Of course, it looks all dusty and nasty in there. That's because there was a lot of bad air getting through. But down here in these windows, there was no filter on that. So it was no wonder that the thing was getting so much dust through there. But what I'm doing is I'm putting in the filter that I'm cutting to size. It's a little bit bigger, you can tell, but I'm going to cut it to size, put it in there. And then I'm going to put some of this material, just the air conditioner filter foam that you would put in a window unit. I'm going to put it in front here, in between that and the back of the glove box. The glove box goes back up in there, and it's going to be double filtered. And then that way, be even cleaner air. Now, if I had the time, which I don't right now because we're kind of on a time crunch, you got to start using this vehicle in the morning. I'm just going to get all this done now, but eventually I may take all this out and wash it out or whatever. You can tell there's a lot of dust back in there, but you know what? It's going to be okay. You know, the main thing is that the AC blows cool because we got a big trip taking our oldest daughter. Well, my oldest daughter is in a teaching job up in Dallas, but our oldest daughter, my wife and I, we have a daughter who just graduated high school. She's fixing to go to University of Texas, San Antonio. We live about 4 hours, 3.5, 4 hours away, depending on traffic. We don't want to do that with no AC in the month of August in Texas. If you know, you know. So anyway, I'll show you how this looks all snapped back together before I turn it on. So I'm just going to do this right here in the parking lot. You can tell that brand that I got, Super Tech. Yeah, that's a Walmart brand. But this particular filter was for a Nissan product, but it's on clearance for $5. It's the same exact material, just different size. I don't have real good scissors, but I do have my Swiss Army knife. Swiss Army knife with some little scissors on there. Hey, I got a joke that a friend of mine told me, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but do you know what they call pizza around the Rio Grande Valley? Little Caesars. Yeah, you'll get the joke. If you know, you know. Hey, don't hate, appreciate. I love all people, trust me. Anyway, I'm gonna snip this together and see how it goes. So as I open this up, I just recognize this is exactly the same material of the filter that I bought before. It's just a little bit too big. So 2 of the edges are going to be perfect. The other 2, I'll just cut with the scissors or the Little Caesars, and I'll put them in there. We'll get it all hooked up. And we're going to get blowing cold again, but not only cold, clean air, and the thing shouldn't get too hot and shut off. That was really the thing, you know, 100 degree, 107, 109 heat index outside was making everything heat up, and when there's no airflow, ironic that the AC that cools the air needs clean air that's unrestricted and less friction getting the air inside. It needs to be cool and clean coming into it so that it can make you cool and clean with no caffeine. Or was that crisp? There's nothing crisp about the AC not working in South Texas. Oh man. All right, that took me about maybe
5 minutes later.
5-6 minutes to just cut the filter into the shape. You can see there it's not too bad. It's a little bit jagged on the other side, but everything else just fits in, conforms perfect. I'm going to show me sliding back in. Let me show you what that looks like, and then I'll put that other piece of foam, and then we'll button it all up and start it up and get the cold air going, all right? See how this works. All right, y'all, putting the air filter, the cabin air filter back into a 2005 Toyota Prius is this simple. you just put that in, that snaps in place. That's it. Now I'm going to cut some of this air conditioner foam, put it right here on this piece to kind of have it filtered going and coming, and then we'll button everything back up. All right. And just to show you all that foam is going to do, it's going to sit right there under that little notch. Let me turn it over because I made it a little bit frumpy. Put it on that notch just so that it's right there from edge to edge, covering that. Permeable, it's an air filter. Then we're going to put the glove box back on its hinges. It's hard to do one-handed, but just push in the sides on each side. Oh my word, it is. I know you couldn't see that very well, but pushing the sides on each side, glove box is in. Let's put the key back in the key slot. Hit the engine start. The radio off. Let's hit the climate button. And it's not on. What's going on? I just had it running just on the way here. So maybe there's more to it than that. That little dude hanging right there, not the big one, that's the transmission. That little dude right there is the AC resistor. I'm going to unplug and replug that, which is what I did earlier, and then it kicked on. Let's see, that might still be the culprit here on the overall shutting off. All right, what I did here, for some reason the audio cut out on me, but I was snapping the harnesses back into the AC resistor, getting both different parts connected, and snap, and we're good to check it out. Y'all, I literally plugged that all back in like I just showed you. Tapped on it a couple times, and it's starting to cool. We'll see how cool it gets on the way home. It's cooling to, wow, it's 80 in here, but it's blowing cold out of the vent. We're gonna let that temperature drop on the way home, and we'll see what happens. So again, like I'm saying, this is extremely on the fly. It's extremely just, I know some of these things, how they work, how pretty much on all cars, these things are all necessary. You got your controls, there's switches there that could go bad. You've got your blower motor. The blower motor could go bad. It could lose speeds. A lot of times in modern cars, it's not the big components, it's the little resistors, because they're the first thing to go. They're not a fuse, but they're kind of like a fuse. They wear out really easily, so check those. It's blowing cold right now. It has already dropped 10 degrees since that last shot. I'm about to drive home. I'm gonna see how cold it gets before I get home. Got about a 9-10 minute drive. And we'll look at it when we get to the house. I know it's not the most glamorous vehicle in the world, but check out that average. 99.9 mpg right now. The actual consumption, I'm averaging about 37.7. I've been dogging it today. It usually gets about 42. I mean, it's all fairly modern. Hey, this vehicle only has, let's see, it only has 266,000. I don't know if you can see that. Only 266,000 miles on it. Everything's original except some of the air filters and, you know, the oil. We change the oil out, take care of it, do basic maintenance. It's a great car. It's not the sportiest thing in the world, but it's got some cool features, you know. You can really save some money with a vehicle that's a little bit older.
5 more minutes later.
Look how good and cold that air blowing. It's almost to the green zone, y'all. And it's colder than what that temperature says right there. Pretty sure. Woo! Thank you, Lord. So hey, as always, buttoning it back up is just a reverse order of the way you took it apart. That is how you diagnose and see if maybe it's the resistor. Of course, you change out the filter while you're at it. It's probably a good place to start on a 2005 Toyota Prius. This has been, I guess, the first episode of the Prius episodes. Wow. 2005 Toyota Prius. 20-something years old now, 21, going on 21 years old because they came out 2004. 266,000 miles on it. Hope you enjoyed. Hope this benefited you. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Pass this on to somebody in one of those Prius forums. You never know, it might help somebody out.